Luke, not the way you wanted to finish tonight, but a good game, obviously, by both teams. A lot of chances in the game. How would you assess it?
Yeah, maybe they had a great push in the beginning of the game as you would expect, and I thought we kept it at a standstill. I liked the back half of our game. I thought it was possession. It was attacking. It was chance filled. We didn't bury. We weren't timely as you bury some of those on early parts. Even to push like early power plays, you try to get ahead of the game on that side. But their kid played good. I thought Trace played good. It was a really good, hard hockey game at this time of year. That's what it's going to look like the rest of the way.
In the first period, too, did you feel like the tone was set for both teams right away in terms of the physicality and what you're looking for out there?
Yeah, I thought we were more physical the night before than we were early in the game. I thought as the game went on today, we became more physical. We've got a red zone area that we want to be physical in, and I thought we did a good job on the end walls to the goal lines and just caused a lot of turnovers on the forecheck because of the first check physicality. And now it's just you got to capitalize, and we didn't. But it's going to be continue. Like I said, they can't get discouraged about what we want to score. Don't get me wrong, but keep giving us those looks, and confident that'll change.
Last year, we were looking at the fourth line as being big contributors, even offensively. Who are a couple of guys that stood out that had good games on this roster tonight?
Well, you know what? Isley and Kraj and Carbs checked against their group. The number of scoring chances that Groller and Pitt and those guys generated was pretty crazy. There was some stretches there where we got some great minutes out of Maverick and Luciano and Luigi. And I think those we just got to keep using our depth. Hilly and company checked and did their part and killed and scrapped and clawed and gave us maybe some identity. And we got to be timely. That at the end of the day, that's what it was. I mean, it's not because of lack of something. It's good on them, and we got to be timely.
It's a team now that you've seen 4 times this year. What can you say about the rivalry this year with that team?
Yeah, I believe the parity and the rivalry. It's going to be around for a long while. I don't feel that rivalry piece is going to go away anytime soon. As games become more meaningful and down the stretch, I'm sure we probably see each other again, nose to nose.
On the game winner, I mean, Tracy made 4 pretty good saves in overtime. Is that just a little bit of a matter of being 4-on-3, one less guy on the ice on each side, and having a puck trickle to that side where you just don't have that support on that in that area?
Good on them to shoot. I think on one side of it, the 3-on-4 extended time, 5 minutes to kill. Maybe on my bad, I probably should have called the timeout, put Wheeler and Soupy back out there and given us maybe the guys that do it more often. But with Ralphie out, he does a lot of it. So I think we just found a combination. And when you're 4-on-3, you got to get your blocks, you got to get your clears, and frankly, their entrance in the pick, and that's how they got in the zone, and that's how it goes.
Were you surprised? The challenge that's happened to you a couple times now this year, where a challenge has put you guys down in a tough spot and in kind of a game turning.
Yeah, I think when you see the 5-minute piece, I don't know what that is for us. Maybe our 6th or 5th, and of the 5 minutes, I think 3 of the games we've got 5 minutes we've lost. So you start to eliminate bodies that are they're usually not happening. They're happening to guys that are pretty regular in your lineup, and it's a tough time for a 5. But I mean, if they're going to challenge it and get the call, I guess good on them. It's the NCAA, and we should be a little bit harder zone to. But if it's 5, they're going to call it.
Certainly had to like the way you played the final 2 minutes regulation during the major there.
Yeah, the Killers, they were sturdy. They did a good job. They put us into overtime. First group goes over. You know what? To their credit, they shot. They got in. Gordon scores a goal off a rebound that he just crawled right down on the crease. And, heck, Trace he kicked out a lot of good saves. But for playing shorthanded for, looks like 17 minutes of almost with that call, like you're short for 5 straight at the end. We didn't give up a lot.
When team brings in a new player, new goaltender in this situation, at semester break. I mean, I know he's had, I think, 4 starts. This was his 4th start. But what does that do you guys as far as game planning, scouting? You see a new guy coming in. Maybe it's somebody you guys were looking at anyway. Did you know a lot about him? Were you able to game plan for him a little bit?
Yeah, you're familiar with guys. I mean, he's a Minnesota guy. He was in the USHL, so I think you get your share of him. He's definitely stepped up, and Joe's probably done a really smart thing and gotten him his starts and gotten him a little bit of a rhythm to get going. They've played quite a few games after break, so the kid, I thought he was square. He made first stops. We didn't get to some seconds that were there, and the same goal they scored, we didn't. And it's 1-0. That stinks, but good hockey game, good weekend.
All right, that's all I got.
Thanks.
Thanks.